Good evening, everyone. It's good to see everyone here. We've got some of our illustrious HROD faculty with us tonight and some of our bright new wannabes coming into the HROD program. We're very excited to have you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me introduce myself. I'm Linda Bird-Poller, and I am a clinical faculty here with the HROD program, and I'm going to help facilitate this conversation tonight. Our entire team is here, and we're excited to begin. So I dropped in the chat. Hopefully you can see this little prompt here. I want you to think of a time when you had to start something new. Maybe it was a program, a new job, a goal that you had. I know we all do that new resolution thing in January. But what made you say, now is the time? So drop some things in the chat for me so I can see what you're thinking. What made you say, now is the time? Come on, Katie, drop something in. Thank you, Summer. New opportunities and momentum. Thank you. Hey, Ellen.
Hi, can I just say it? No.
Yes,
I
please.
was gonna say I've been put on the spot. My terrible typing. No, my keyboard keeps getting stuck. The shift key and it's just difficult.
That's
But
okay.
good evening, everybody. So I'm Katie Bramer. I'm a hopeful student of the of this program, and so what made me decide. When I went back to school for the OLL program, I went, it is time. And this was 2020. I went, it is time. Well, I worked downtown. I worked at a hospital at the time, and my job just turned into an absolute nightmare. And so wasn't a good time then. And then
Yeah.
I had a kiddo, and it was just like something just inside me. I was like, I'm doing this for him. Doing this for him. I'm tired of being, passed over for promotions or advancements
Right.
or not having my opinion heard. I need to put some education behind it. So here I am.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome. I love it. Anybody else want to unmute and share? John, you said that life is too short not to try something new. I couldn't agree with you more, buddy. Anybody else want to unmute and share? Yes, opportunity for growth. Well, I'm going to tell you, just recently, I decided I was going to do something new. I've been wanting to learn how to play the violin. And so I made a little meme of myself. I put it on LinkedIn and I said, I need a teacher. I put it on my Facebook, and I'm telling you, in 48 hours, I had 3 people say, here's somebody that can help you out. And in less than 24 hours, I had an instructor. Guess who's going to learn how to play the violin? I can't wait. I'm so excited. And so I wanted to start with that because we all have opportunities for new pathways and new learning opportunities. And so I determined to begin now. And for many of the same reasons that you all have. And I really resonate with you, John. Life's too short. Why am I waiting until I retire to do something fun? I want to do it now. I want to learn how to play now. I'm not going to be in Kennedy Center. Don't look for me there. I'll be on my deck so that I'm not bothering my family. But now is the time for me. So I wonder, what is the time for you? Tonight's not a pitch to sell you anything. We're not trying to make things better, bigger than what they are. We're just going to tell you the truth. And we're going to let you know that we're here when you're ready. So you are embarking on this adventure. It's a 2-year or less program, depending on what you can bring in to the program. It is 100% online, which is such a benefit for so many who can't be bound by brick and mortar situations, right? We have somebody online right now who's calling in from Nigeria. How fascinating is that, to be able to engage with us from way across the water? It's an 8-week program. And so you have 8 weeks of classes. They're broken down from what's typically a 16-week program. You get 2 classes in a 16-week program. And we highly encourage you to take only 1 class per session. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's an R1 university, and why does that matter? A Research One university is going to bring together scholars and researchers who are trying to make a difference, not only in their profession, but in the world. And so we are constantly researching and innovating and bringing that to you, our scholars, and in many cases, wrapping you right in, involving you in the writing and the research that we're doing. We consider ourselves to be an innovative program. We're always looking and listening to our scholars to see what are the trends that you see going on in the work world? How can we respond to those things? And just recently, we had 2 of our faculty design courses around the things that you've told us you needed. And so the other thing that I think is so important as you take this this degree out into practice is that we are SHRM aligned. It doesn't mean that you'll automatically pass the SHRM test when you decide to take it, but what it does mean is that we have an industry standard which is world known with SHRM, and we've aligned our curriculum so that we speak the language and you practice the skills and the BASC understandings so that when you're out in the field, you are considered an expert in your area. So I want to ask you, again, this is about readiness. This is not about pressure for you. This is about when you're ready. We want to remind you that we're here when you're ready to begin. But let me just say, readiness is powerful. But if we want action, what we have to do is turn that readiness into a step in the right direction. And so we have 2 individuals that can help you do that. Jennifer Ferguson is our online enrollment counselor. And we also have Sarah Schubel. She's with us tonight. And I'm going to ask Sarah to unmute and introduce herself to you at this time.
Hey, everybody. My name is Sarah Schubel. I'm the Director for Graduate Student Success with the College of Education and Human Development at UofL. And my office, we work with you throughout your journey. So we work with you from the point of application and admission all the way through, and we audit your degree when you're ready to graduate. And then we help out if there's anything that's outside of the norm. So if you're looking to transfer any credit in, if you need permission to do, an overload or something that's just outside of the norm, our office can help to work with you on that and facilitate that.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us and sharing. So when you're ready to take your readiness and make it an action step, some things you need to know. Here is the QR code for our application. And you can apply. It's what's called a rolling admissions. So application deadlines for August 1 will lead you into a fall 1 class or session, which is in August. I just want to point out to you that today is only May the 4th, which means we are in this session for summer. Oh, I can't start in the summer. It's too soon. Of course you can. Summer session begins May the 26th. So you have plenty of time to register, apply, and get into classes. We're going to talk to you a little bit later about which classes to sign up for. We'll help you with all of that, and you'll have an advisor. But this right here is a pathway for action. When do you want to begin? Even if you think, I don't want to begin until fall, apply today. That'll give Sarah and your advisors an opportunity to get you situated and ready for what will happen in August. But if you're feeling a little antsy and you're feeling a little, spry, go ahead and jump into summer session, okay? So let's introduce the wonderful faculty that you'll get to work with, learn with, and just understand more about yourself and the world through the shared experiences that we have. Wonderful faculty. We have Dr. Denise Cumberland, and I'll let each of them say hello to you. Dr. Brad Shuck, Dr. Sharon Carrick, and Dr. Shane Kelly. So in that order, if you would just unmute, tell us a little bit about yourself and welcome our wonderful applicants.
Talk. Okay. Hi. We are welcoming you. I'm Dr. Cumberland. I teach in the program. I teach organalysis, which is so much fun, and program evaluation. I spent most of my career in the corporate side, but about 12 or 13 years ago, I decided to get my PhD when I was 49. So none of you are probably that old. So 49 and went back to school. So we hope you join us in having a party and enjoying learning. So welcome.
Dr. Shuck?
You got it, Dr. Perpola. How are you guys? My name is Brad. I've been at the University of Louisville now 16 years, which is incredible to think about. Love the field, love the program. I want to invite you, as Dr. Perpola has been doing, to think about your future with us. And I teach capstone class. I often teach leadership with Dr. Perpola, who's the lead instructor for that class. Sometimes change, sometimes consulting, kind of whatever our team needs, I'll plug and play there. But we have an incredible team, really world renowned, and incredible faculty who do really cool research. So,
Dr. Carey?
Yeah, hi. Dr. Shuck didn't give himself enough credit. He is one of the top researchers in the world. Just Google his name and about employee engagement. He is one of the leading experts and certainly engages all of us, but also thousands of students, around the world. So just Google him. That's all I have to say on that. And I'm Dr. Sharon Carrick. So I've been at the U of L about 24 years, but I'm like Denise, but actually I'm like Katie. Katie, I was in OLL years ago, and then kind of a similar thing, what's next? And so I think I was 40, young 40s, let me say, when I went ahead and I never thought I could do a master's. I really, it was outside of my whole periphery of what to do. I did own a technology company for 20 years, had about 300 full-time staff, so I could do that part, but I didn't know about frameworks. I didn't know about methodology. I wish I had known all that when I had managed people. I do teach the capstone, but I've taught many of the other classes, change management and so on and so forth. But your story kind of resonates with me because that was me, and it opened a lot of opportunities. As you can see, I've been here 24 years, and not that academia was totally the path, but having a better education. I definitely felt like I was street smart, but having a better education, as I just mentioned, was really a foundation that I could leverage into a whole second career. Thank you.
Dr. Kelly? He may have stepped away. We'll let him introduce himself when he comes back. So, as you heard, one of the characteristics that's probably true of all of us is being very humble, because no one of them bragged on themselves the way they should have in terms of what they bring to the table. But know that you're in good and capable hands here.
Dr. Bird Pollard, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Come on, introduce yourself.
I was talking, but I had the wrong device set up. So I'm Dr. Shane Kelly. We are so excited to work with each and every one of you. Like Dr. Shuck said, we have an amazing team. I have been in higher education and higher education leadership for over 20 years now. I'm actually just now coming into my second year with the University of Louisville. I've loved it every day and every minute I've been here. My specialties are on the organizational change side, higher education leadership, and especially adult learning. So I want to put a shameless plug in there that we've developed an AI course for this summer. and it'll run again. So don't worry if you're not going to enroll this summer. But where we are going to talk about how AI is shaping human resources and organizational development, the ethics of that, what that looks like, and how it shapes organizations. So very excited about that new class. Dr. Bird Poller mentioned, we cater to the needs of our students, and I think that's a big one. And Dr. Cumberland has developed some. We've all kind of round robined with that, but that's what we're here to do, and we're excited to work with you. So thank you.
Awesome. And so we don't just teach from our full-time faculty. We have a wonderful array of what we call part-time or partner faculty. These are individuals who come to us from the industry. They're experts in their area, from culture to business to performance management and talent acquisition. They come to us from the OD side as well. And so not only do you get the expertise of the full-time faculty, but we bring in experts in their areas to help co-facilitate our classes. And so any number of our 13 would be a wonderful way for you to be introduced into the HROD program. So when making a decision, oftentimes you consider the cost, if you will. What is this going to mean for me? And then you consider the question, well, why should I choose to do this? So let me give you some reasons why you should choose the HROD program here at U of L. One thing that's going to help you in terms of your application and entrance is that you do not have to take the GRE. Now, some folks might frown on that, but what we know is that your experience counts for something. That's right, Katie. Your experience counts for something, and we want you to apply that when you apply here for our program. Not everybody tests well. I'm one of those people, but I can show you the breadth and depth of my leadership experience, and that hopefully has meant something, not only here to the program, but to those individuals I help and consult with. Another reason is that the HROD program is flexible. Now, we tell you that it's a completely asynchronous class, right, or program. Not exactly true. You know why? Because we like you all and we want to be in relationships with you. So we do what we call a hybrid model. They're not required, but we offer opportunities for office hours and we offer opportunities for huddles. And that's just a really quaint way of saying a get together, a time when you can meet with your faculty to either talk about a prompt or question, a really cool event that has occurred, or it may be an assigned guest speaker. The idea is that HROD program really does believe in the human aspect of what we do. And so we are relational. We want to connect with you. But saying that, going back to our slide, it is flexible. You can really kind of craft your learning around your schedule. And so if you want to do fall, and spring, but not summer because your kiddos are out for summer, you can do that, right? There's flexibility. The other thing I've mentioned, and I just want to go back to, is this idea of alignment. With regard to the professional industry, SHRM and the OD network are the industries that we're trying to connect with, so that once you leave us, you have the credentials, the potential to earn the credentials that will help you on the practitioner side. And lastly, we are an accelerated program. And we aren't accelerated for the sake of hurry up and finish. We're accelerated because we want to try to give you the same amount of rigor, the same amount of content that will help you once you leave, but we are going to do that in a responsible way. When you put on the HROD name and the U of L name, we want that to mean something. So it's not a hurry up and get done. That's why we employ you to take one class per session. Because for us, it's about the learning and the applicability of what you're learning and not the degree and the title. So these are some of the reasons why you should choose the HROD program. Well, just like me with my violin, I wasn't going to pay $1,500 for something that I wasn't going to use. So I had to consider the cost. And talking to my potential instructor, he led me to the rates of really good made violins. And so I was able to make the choice based on my range of ability to pay. Our range is very comparable and competitive, right, with those outside in the industry of teaching online. Not very many teach what we teach and how we do it. So you get a unique package. And it's $850 per credit, unless you're military, and it's $250 per credit if you're active military. Pause for just a second. There are some minimal extra fees that you'll go over and review upon your application with Student Success. We have a very high return on investment. I think in the last couple of weeks, I've received a number of students of ours who have either been promoted or gotten into the HR field, and they posted it on LinkedIn. And so we celebrate them just as we will celebrate you when you are starting to walk in the path that you feel is your calling. And then there is financial aid for those of you who may still need something beyond what you're able to pay or what your business is able to support through tuition assistance. We have another unique feature to our program. If you come in to our program with your SHRM certification or your HRCI certification, which is typically a PHR, if you're familiar, or a CP, and or you're in the military and you come in with your ACGG or AGCC, I keep getting those mixed up, but it's a leadership certification. We will honor, again, your experience. And so you have two classes that you can substitute your certifications. So if you come in with those, you need to make sure that upon your application, you are letting us know, you're letting the student success team know that you have those certifications. And then once you've completed a semester, those kick in and you replace two classes. So now you're even more accelerated in terms of completion. So I'm going to stop there for a second before I get into some of the content in the classes to see what questions you might have. You can feel free to unmute and express your question, or you can drop it in the chat. Anybody have a pressing question? Madison says, no, I'm good.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just take you back a bit if you don't mind.
The program is online.
Okay, so I'm saying I want to take you back a bit from what you've said so far, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, so from what I understand, the university is offering 10 courses.
Yes,
Is that right?
that's
Okay,
correct.
so and then you also saying that we each course is gonna cost at $50.
850, yes.
At 50, okay. Okay, so I just needed to be clear. So if I have PHRI, it means I'm gonna skip two courses. I would be doing 8 as against 10.
That's correct. You would provide your certification during your application process, and we would put a hold on two classes for you, 605 and 611. One is a leadership class and one is strategic HR. And then once you complete a semester, you would get that credit added to your, what we call your program of study.
All right. Okay. So, and then you also advising that it would be better if student would take um each of the courses per semester,
A session,
like
right?
per
So,
session. Okay.
so for every 8 weeks, you would only take one class at a time.
Right. Okay, and that's well duly noted. I just wanted to be clear. I wanted to be sure that I understand everything you've said. Right. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. It never hurts to summarize.
It's
Never
fine.
hurts to do that. All right, so let's move on and talk a little bit about your about what we are talking about when we say HROD. Part of it is human resources, and that includes topics like talent acquisition, talent management, and also performance management. We marry with that organizational development, and we cover things like culture, organizational design, change management, and also organizational learning. When you put those two together, we come up with this great snowball that really helps us to align with SHRM. Business acumen, strategic planning, consulting, and coaching are some of the topics that we cover. When you put all three together, that's what we do here in the HROD program. And so we wanted to be able to show you what you're going to experience. When you sign up for your classes, you will be expected, not in a specific order, but you'll be expected to take 6 core classes, which totals 18 hours. Those core classes are listed here. 605 and 611, again, are 2 classes that can be substituted for your certifications that you bring in. 617 and 605, we like for you to start with either one of those 2 classes because it will help you set the foundation for going forward. You do not have to take all of your all of your required classes at once. You can mix it up according to what it is you would like to do with your degree upon completion. The very last class that's listed here is 616. That is your capstone class, if you want to call it your graduating class. That's the thing that you have to take by itself, the very last class you take. So you can't say I'm going to take 616 and I'm going to swing back around and take 605. It doesn't work that way. It has to be the last class that you take. These are the required classes. And next, I'm going to talk to you about our elective classes. Now, we're under a little bit of transition here with our elective classes. And as I've said to you, they change and grow depending on what some of your interests are in. But these are some of the standard ones here in black. 614, which Dr. Cumberland teaches, program and organization evaluation. We also have 660, which is being redesigned. Met with those wonderful people today. Perspectives on culture, individual, group, and organization. We also have performance improvement, and then digital transformation and AI in organizations. We have a couple that are pinked out right here, and I did that because 696 is a special topics class. Oftentimes, you bring us interesting ideas and concepts, or your professors get excited about a particular area in HROD, and so they develop a class. That is what your 696 is about. 624 is a global HR class. Typically, that class is associated with international travel, but sometimes finances get in the way and you can't offer that class because we don't have the funds, right, to take a group. We are looking at revisiting that class without the component of the travel. So that's why it's pinked right now. It's not currently being offered. And then there are others that we sunset, if you will. And so you will see on your program evaluation, I'm sorry, your program of study with your advisor, differences in classes, and we can help to advise you right along the way with these classes. A part of getting ready is coming into a community, making a decision. Am I going to walk this walk by myself, or am I going to, kind of link up with other people? Dr. Kelly and Dr. Hurd run our free SHRM Student Association. This is an important way for you to network and build community within the HROD program. It not only links you with others, scholars that are in our program, but it also links you with local K-SHRM and L-SHRM organizations, or wherever you are. So for me, it's V-SHRM because I'm in Virginia, or other places. We have a Richmond branch, we have a Hampton Roads branch of SHRM. But it gives you an opportunity and a way in to network with all the people within our field. And so I would encourage you to take advantage of being with this organization. Dr. Kelly, I'm going to pause for a moment and see if you would like to say anything about the U of L SHRM student chapter.
Well, what I was saying via chat was it's a great group and a wonderful resume builder. You'd have an opportunity to even be an officer if you'd like to be. But the current group is just so together, and it's just such a collaborative group that you'll really get a feel for, what we do in SHRM and what we do at the university, and it's very welcoming. I can't recommend it enough. I mean, to put long story short.
Thank you for sharing. They have some wonderful student leaders, and if you're interested in getting involved in the SHRM national or even your local, this is a great way to do that. So I'm going to stop to see what questions you might have at this point. As you consider whether or not you're ready to start in summer or fall or spring, what questions now do you have about the program and the process? Any questions? Okay. So if you think of one, please feel free to drop it in the chat or unmute and say it. But I would like to know at this time if there's anything that our faculty would like to say or re-emphasize about our program.
No, I've got my hand up first, Dr. Chuck. So I was going to say that I want you to know that you're going to get an advisor. It'll be one of us on the phone, and we'll spend time with you talking to you about your pathway. So please know that you will have your pathway, us conversing with you about where you want to go. So you're not alone picking what to take. So I just wanted to make sure, and Dr. Bird-Poller may have mentioned that as well.
Very good.
So I have a question on the back of that.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So do we need to complete the entire application process before we get assigned someone to talk with? Or once we've started it, does that interaction happen?
So I'm going to let Sarah dovetail on this answer, but initially your advisors will be those ladies here who are helping you with the application process. Sarah and her team will guide you through the application process and give you a very detailed step-by-step of what you need to do once you're accepted to log in, to get yourself situated. And then they'll even let you know at that point who your advisor is. they'll notify us, and then we reach out to you and we'll help you with your POS, your program of study, and we'll just talk with you to get to know you and what you want to do with your degree.
Yes, that's correct. So my team works with you throughout your application process up through the point of admission, and then we'll send a welcome email where we assign you an advisor and we copy the advisor in on that email, and that's kind of our handoff to the program and the faculty at that point. So anything that has to do with application or admission, my team can help out with. If you have a programmatic question or you want transcripts to be reviewed for, potential, what would be considered for transfer, anything like that, we can certainly connect you with a faculty member who can help to answer those questions. If you have any questions about the curriculum, anything like that, we can make that connection for you. But we're not going to assign you a dedicated advisor until you're formally admitted as a student.
Tracy, does that help?
It does, yeah. I think more of my questions are going to come along when I have to decide more specifically which path within the program I want to do.
Sure.
So I'm
Sure.
grateful to hear that there is someone that will come along and lead me in that.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
once you're assigned an advisor, as you go through the program, if you find that you just resonate with a faculty member who, maybe they have an area of research that you connect with a bit more, you can always request a change in advisor. And that's something that my office can also help facilitate. So you would just have to notify your advisor, work with the program, and then we can make that happen in the university system.
And all of us, if you can't see the chat, even before you want to do the application, if you wanted to talk to any of us, we've put our emails in there. We're happy to talk over, potentially what might be the right thing, which way to go, whatever, even before the application or whenever, it's convenient for you guys.
Excellent. Now, Dr. Brad, you had your hand up. There's something you wanted to add as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, to reiterate, what Dr. Kelly was talking about with the SHRM student chapter. I can't think of another opportunity to not only get that practical experience, because we're going to talk a lot about leadership, we're going to talk a lot about change, we're going to talk about a lot about working in groups and dynamics. I can't think of a better practical experience than getting involved with our SHRM chapter and really putting that into play. So you get that classroom piece, but that real practical application, which builds your skills and sharpens that. So when you're out, either at the same job or looking to get that next promotion, which I think a couple of people have alluded to, that SHRM student chapter is a direct reflection of that. And we have a very active local chapter here in Louisville, but as Dr. Poehler mentioned, there's active chapters all over the world. And so you can get involved, and I want to encourage you to do that. Think about running for an office. Think about secretary, president, vice president. Those are going to be really key positions. And here's one last reason why. Always tell students in the capstone class that you want to build your network before you need it, because when you need it, I need it right now. And it's hard to build a network in a sense of urgency, but getting involved in the program, connecting with students in your classes, getting involved with the SHRM chapter, those are going to be the kinds of things that build professional networks that are quite literally going to last you the rest of your life. I know I'm not the only one here when I think about our faculty, but I'm still really good friends with a lot of people that I went to graduate school with. Like our daughters play soccer together. We connect on professional opportunities. I mean, those are the kinds of people that you're going to be leaning on professionally for the rest of your life, and you can start building that right here. We're excited for you. I want to encourage you and invite you to apply for sure. I know you'll be well shepherded through the process, and I'll see you in the capstone class. Yeah, LinkedIn us. That's a good idea, Dr. Garrett. It's a good idea.
If I'm currently enrolled, is it too late to join the SHRM chapter for UofL?
No.
Never.
I'm
Yeah.
currently, yeah, I'm currently, and I'm finishing, I'm graduating on so Saturday.
Yeah.
And I
Can-
never really knew it existed. I guess I was living
yeah.
under a rock until recently. And so I was like, man, what an opportunity missed.
It's okay.
And so,
We
yeah.
got you now. We got you now.
Okay, good deal.
Katie, by
Yes.
the way,
Seriously.
really quickly, Katie, real quick,
Mhm.
congratulations. It's a big deal.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm so excited. And I have my SHRM. I've been to some SHRM Louisville opportunities and just, kind of waiting till I graduated, waiting and absorbing everything. And now it's time for action. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. That is great. That is great. So, gosh, Katie, you bring me into my very next slide here. So when you think about, and you've decided that now is the time, I want you to remember this slide, right? I want you to remember the QR code. It's right there for you. But also remember that the summer session, there's time. So we will open up our classes 2 weeks ahead. So around May the 11th, you can get a chance to get to the syllabus, take a look, or walk through the shell of the class and get yourself ready. And then we hit the ground running on May the 26th. That summer session ends in July. You get a deep breath, and then you start again in the fall 1, August the 17th through October 7th. There's a bit of an overlap for our fall and spring sessions. You'll stop one on one day and pick up the other. October the 8th, our fall 2 session starts and it ends November 30th. So again, just a reminder, each of those 3 sessions that are there, it's one course per session. Quite doable, and you got the support of your faculty and our staff. So, final thoughts as you decide what you're going to do next. Please consider this really important step that'll help you in the future and it'll help to grow you, strengthen you, and provide you with different opportunities for not only education, but relations and a wonderful, strong network. So we thank you for attending tonight. And if you have any additional questions, again, these individuals, along with our faculty that are listed in the chat, are open and more than willing to have a conversation with you. And we're also online, either via LinkedIn or you can check out our website. We're easy to find. And we hope that you'll consider taking the next step with us. Thank you so much for attending. You all have a good evening.
Thank you all for your
Thank
time.
you.
This is wonderful.
We're happy you came.
Yay.
And Shane put the link for the